Yo, what's up for you? Welcome to another video by Mix TV. Thanks for coming back. And this one will be funny because we're gonna be talking about my experiences here in Malaysia for the past 15 years. But this will be exclusive to those early years of my experiences, which is probably 1 or 2, around that time. Alright, but before we proceed and talk about that, I want to thank all those who subscribed and seen my previous videos. Thank you. And if you haven't seen it yet, my last video, check out. Please like, share and subscribe and click the notification button for you to be the first person to see if I have new videos. Alright, let's get on with it. So, title of this vlog is Malaysian Bullying, Lost in Translation. Title speaks for itself. So we will be talking about 4 expressions that up until now cracks me up. It's funny as hell. Alright? So the first one is follow me. It is a quite simple and pretty straightforward. If you're in the Philippines and someone told you follow me, and if you are both walking, you'll definitely just be following him wherever he goes. Very simple. If you're driving a car and he's driving a car and he says follow me, you'll be in your car and you'll be following him around. It's a convoy situation. Apparently here in Malaysia, that meant something else. So my first experience was, so I had way to the parking lot after office and met up with the police. So we're going to our office somewhere in KL. So then she said, Mike, just follow me, okay? So I said, sure, just drive slowly, okay? And then she laughed. And then she went to her car, and I went to my car, started the engine, and turned on the aircon, turned on the radio. And I noticed that like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes later, she's not moving, or she's just there, waiting for somebody, or I don't know. So then she came out of the car and then came over to my car, and then she was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm waiting for you to go. I was like, I told you to follow me. I was like, yeah, but how am I gonna follow you if you're not moving? But please drive slow because I don't want to miss all the exits. So she was like, huh? No lah, I said you follow me lah. Then I said, okay. I'm confused. So then she went back to her car, and then again we were like waiting there for of minutes or so. Then I was like, I went down the car and then came over to her car, and then I knocked on her window and said, sorry, why aren't we moving? And then she was like, oh my god, ayo, I said you follow me lah, you follow me. I said, how can I follow you if you're not moving? You guys should start moving before I follow you, right? And then the other Malaysian passengers, they were like, oh, I think Mike didn't get what you mean. So I was like, what do you mean? She meant was, you follow her, you get into her car and sit there with her. No. And I was like, oh. So then I was like, how is that following you if I'm in your car? And then I was like, alright, I got so confused with this, so can I just drive there on my own? And then they started laughing. I was like, okay lah, sure lah. Then I went to my car, and then her friend came down, and then, are you sure you can get to the place? So I can. And then she said, can or not? I was like, oh no, I can. And then we went off. So that was still funny up until today. So every time I hear it, although I know what it meant already, it cracks me up. Which leads me to the next one, which is, I just mentioned earlier, just now, can or not. So that was like, the first time I heard it, I was like, can or not? Can, huh? What? Can? Or, what do you mean? So then, you know, this girl just started explaining, can you actually go there? Then I asked, yeah, I think I can, because during that time I think Waze wasn't available yet for everyone. So then I asked her, sorry, what do you mean by can or not? Can you or can you not? I'm like, oh my god, that's British, but shortened. So it was like, oh, that's the second thing that I've learned. Like, it's so funny on the same day of itself. So I was like cracking up inside my car, and I was like, what? And then this radio, I was listening to this radio, and then a joke came up. Trust me, I'm not making this up. The radio station came up, and then they were like making jokes. So they were like, oh, we will be sending Malaysians to the moon.
Wow.
Yay! Everyone was clapping, and then there was a joke. So they were like, so if Americans call them astronauts and the Russians call them cosmonauts, what do you call our Malaysians? Canonauts. Oh my god, that still cracks me up until now. But of course, I've learned how to use it. I understand it now. Follow me, can or not, sure or not, die already. Alright, so the third one is, this one is like, you have to like read between the lines. You have to understand it and digest it for you to, I don't know, that's what I did. So we were like, you know the malls in the Philippines where it's crazy packed, and then obviously if you're driving, car park is always full, right? The same here in Malaysia. They have like fanciest malls, they have the biggest malls, and you know, if you go over the weekends, even during weekdays, it's jam-packed. So a friend of mine were like driving in 2 cars, and then he went ahead, and then I told him, dude, if you find a parking, just let me know. If it's like jam-packed, I'll just go around and find another open spot outside the mall. Which he did. So he went in, and then he called me up, and he was like hysterical. Oh dude, oh my god, what? Hey, it's so many parking one. I was like, huh? Yeah, so many parking one, come le, cepat lah. I was like, what? Then I was like, I was driving slow because I don't want to miss the entrance parking, and then I was like, wait, say it again, is there parking or there's one? He's like, come lah, so many parking one. I was like, yeah, I know, but what if by the time I get there, that one parking is gone? He said, what you talking about? I said, come on, so many parking one. But is it many or just one? Make up your mind. I was like, and then, oh no, my passenger started laughing, and I was like, dude, just go in. It's just an expression. Which one? The one. It's not one-O-N-E, it's W-A-N.
Hey!
So I was like, oh my god. I was laughing that night, and trust me, up until now, it still cracks me up. So I went in, true enough, there's plenty of parking available. So if you hear that one, just discount the last expression, and you know, just listen to the first line of the sentence. Alright, I'm digesting it so much. Alright, the fourth one is explain me. Yeah, first time I heard it was like, huh? So I was talking to one of my senior guys, and he did some problem solving with some of the issues at work, and then he was trying to explain how he solved the problem to me, and then I was like telling him, yeah, the way you did it is good, but I think you understood the problem wrongly. And then with him, with a straight face, and then he told me, explain me. So I was like, isn't that your mom's job to explain why you are like that? Why do I need to explain you? And then he said, no, explain me. Explain me. And he was like adamant, explain me. I was like, dude, how can I explain you? I only known you for a year or so. I was like, no, no. Explain me. So how am I gonna solve this problem the correct way or understand it? I was like, oh, you meant explain it to you. Yeah, explain me. Apparently, funny enough, then I did explain to him, of course, you know, after like me looking stupid there, understanding the whole thing wrongly. I googled it, and apparently it's used in UK or English. So I guess I'm the only one who doesn't know it. But it sounded really funny for me, right? And there's another one. It's story me. So when I heard it, I was like looking, searching back my data bank, and then I was like, explain me. Sounds like explain me and story me. Oh, I think he meant was to tell him about it. It's like, okay, tell me all about it. It's like a shorter version of tell me all about it. Oh, just tell me the story or story me. So if you've encountered any of this here in Malaysia, I've been here for 15 years. I had that experiences early years of my stay here in Malaysia, and up until now, even if I already know what it meant and what how they're using it, deep inside it still cracks me up. All right. So, but trust me, I've learned a couple of lines, important lines of Malaysian of their languages here, Chinese and then Bahasa, but not conversational ones. So I'll give an example. We'll order the food because basically the food there is all the same, and then we go and eat. So this is where I become multilingual in front of everyone. All right. So I get the bill. So I call the auntie. My tan means bill, or I want to pay. So she comes over, right? Squiggles, some Chinese characters on some small brown paper and all whatnot, and all. It's all in Chinese, right? Give the paper to me. I will just assume, because I cannot read those squiggly lines that's just drawn on paper, that I can read them. I just assume that it's not more than $100. So I gave her $100, and then she just took it and then came back, hopefully that there's change for $100. Otherwise, then it's $100. So she came, and then I said, "Terima kasih." That's Malay. The first one's Chinese, and this one's Malay. And then she started talking to me in Malay. La 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 la. I was like, oh no. Tapaham. I'm done. That's all my other languages. Terima kasih. And then they started laughing at me. I was like, you're gonna show off your multi-language, and you're only gonna use 2 words, my tan and terima kasih, which everyone here knows. And I was like, I gotta strut the skills, man. So those are the funny experiences. And one last experience I had was every time I take a taxi. Of course, I look Malay. We Filipinos have a Malay blood in us, or race, or something like that. So the moment I jumped into the taxi cab, the fella starts talking to me in Malay. In Bahasa. No! Apa khabar? Sini sana. All this kind. I was like, tapaham bang. It means I don't understand, sir. And he still keeps talking to me in Malay, and then keeps asking me, huh? How come you don't understand? So in Bahasa, I'm not Malay. And then, huh? Wait, Indonesian? I was like, no. I was like, Thai. I was like, seriously, I'm Filipino. Wait. You look Malay, man. I was like, no, I'm Filipino, sir. So that's how much I know about Bahasa. So that's it. So thank you very much. So then, but they converse in English, so they're very well versed in English as well. But the moment they see someone like a local, they can speak, their language, they'll start talking to you. So the next time around, the excuse I do is like, nowadays there's Grab, right? I jump into the cab and then I pretend to sleep. I pretend to sleep. And even if you say something, I will just pretend to sleep. That's it. And then magically I'll just wake up the moment I know I'm already at the destination.
Wow.
And the guy was like, huh? Alright. Hilarious, right? So there's more of that, but I don't have, I just want to keep this short, and I hope that this video made your day, because it did mine. And like I said, it always cracks me up every time. So I hope you like this video. I'll end this one today, and hoping to see you on my next videos. By the way, I have to shout out a couple of my friends. Shout out to Eric Riego, shout out to James Manos, and Romel Francisco. Take care, guys, and be safe. Stay at home. Let's help the world heal. Bye.